Now, listen carefully because this is going to change the way you view your life forever. Too often, we find ourselves frustrated, disheartened, and overwhelmed because things aren't going according to our plan. You prayed, you worked hard, you waited, but nothing happened, or at least not the way you expected. Let me tell you something loud and clear. That delay, that obstacle, that unanswered prayer, it's not a denial, it's not a failure. It's simply a reminder that God's time is always the best. God's timing is perfect, even when it feels late to you. His clock doesn't run on our schedules, and that's not a flaw, it's a blessing. Think about it. When we rush into things, when we force outcomes, we often end up settling for less than we deserve. We take shortcuts, compromise our values, and sometimes even sabotage our own blessings because we don't want to wait. But here's the truth. What God has planned for you is far greater than what you could ever imagine for yourself. Let me ask you this. Have you ever planted a seed? You don't just throw it into the soil and wake up the next day expecting a tree, do you? You water it. You nurture it. You give it sunlight and care, and then you wait. The growth happens in its own time, and when it's ready, it blooms into something far more beautiful and abundant than that tiny seed you planted. The same principle applies to your life. God is working behind the scenes. While you're waiting, He's planting, watering, and preparing something greater for you. But for that greatness to manifest, you have to trust the process. Impatience is the thief of destiny. Let me be real with you. When you rush, you risk ruining what God is trying to perfect. How many of us have chased after relationships, careers, or dreams that weren't meant for us? We wanted it so badly we couldn't wait. And what happened? It fell apart. It broke us. It delayed us further. But here's the good news. Even our detours and mistakes can be part of God's plan. He can use every wrong turn to lead you back to His perfect timing. But the key is learning to wait. And I don't mean waiting passively. I mean waiting actively, with faith, with preparation, and with purpose. Keep preparing. Waiting doesn't mean sitting around doing nothing. It means getting yourself ready for the blessing you're about to receive. If you're praying for success, are you developing the skills to handle it? If you're asking for a breakthrough, are you mentally and spiritually prepared for the responsibility that comes with it? The time of waiting is the time of preparation. Stay grateful. Even while you're waiting, take a moment to look around and appreciate the blessings you already have. Gratitude unlocks doors. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already working in your life. And let me tell you this, when you thank God for the small things, He prepares you for the big things. Trust the process. This is the hardest part, but it's also the most powerful. Trust isn't about understanding everything. It's about knowing that even when you can't see the full picture, God is still in control. Trust that His timing is not just better than yours, it's perfect. Let me remind you of some powerful examples. Think about Joseph in the Bible. God gave him a dream that he would one day lead and save nations. But what happened next? He was sold into slavery, falsely accused, and thrown into prison. For years, it seemed like his dream was dead. But was it? No. Every step, every delay, every hardship was preparing him for greatness. When God's time finally came, Joseph went from the prison to the palace in a single moment. Let me bring it closer to home. Oprah Winfrey was told she didn't belong on television. Steve Jobs was fired from the very company he started. J.K. Rowling faced rejection after rejection before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. What if they had given up? What if they had said, "This is taking too long"? They waited, they trusted, they persevered, and in the end, they prove that God's time is the best. I know waiting isn't easy. The world we live in is all about instant gratification. We want everything now. Fast food, fast money, fast success. But greatness isn't built overnight. It takes time. And the kind of success that lasts, the kind that transforms lives and leaves a legacy, can only come from God's perfect timing. So, I want to challenge you today. The next time you feel like giving up, remind yourself of this truth. If it's not happening yet, it's because it's not the right time. And if it's not the right time, it means God is still working on something better for you. Before I close, let me leave you with this. God's time requires your faith. Faith isn't about seeing the whole staircase. It's about taking the first step, even when you can't see where it leads. It's about trusting that every setback, every disappointment, and every delay is part of a bigger plan. So here's what I want you to do right now. Take a moment to reflect on the areas of your life where you've been impatient. Where have you been trying to rush God's plan? Surrender those areas to Him today. Commit to waiting with faith, preparation, and gratitude. And if this message has resonated with you, if you feel inspired, I need you to do two things. One, hit that like button. Let's spread this message to as many people as possible. Two, subscribe to this channel. We're building a community of greatness, and I want you to be part of it. Together, we're going to inspire, educate, and motivate the world. Remember this, my friends, your blessing is coming. Your breakthrough is near, but it will come at the perfect time, God's time. Stay strong, stay faithful, and above all, stay great. Until next time, this is Mr. Greatness, reminding you that you are destined for greatness. God bless.